I'm going to tell you something that might sound crazy at first, but hear me out. Last October, when Hurricane Milton hit Florida, I realized that everything I thought I knew about being prepared was completely wrong. Now, Milton caused billions in agricultural damage in just 13 days, and this was right after Hurricane Helen had already devastated the food supply. I thought I was ready. I had a pantry full of food, I had water stored, I thought I was covered. But you know what really shocked me? It wasn't the empty grocery store shelves. It wasn't the fact that bottled water became impossible to find after treatment plants were knocked offline. It wasn't even that food prices are projected to rise another 5% in 2025, pushing us to nearly a 40% increase in just 5 years. What shocked me was this: I had food, but I was still hungry. And if you think that can't happen to you, you might be making the same mistake I did. Because right now, 1.9 million people around the world are facing catastrophic hunger, and most of them thought they were safe, too. So today, I'm going to share the 7 survival foods that could literally mean the difference between surviving and thriving when the next crisis hits. And trust me, there will be a next crisis. Stick with me until the end, because number 1 on this list isn't even technically a food, but it saved my life, and it could save yours, too. Number 7. Canned beans and legumes. Let's start with one most people overlook: canned beans and legumes. Now, you might be thinking, beans? That's your big survival food? But hear me out. Right now, 345 million people in 79 countries are facing acute food insecurity. And one of the biggest problems? Not enough protein. When crisis hits, everyone rushes for bread, pasta, rice, all carbs. But carbs won't keep you alive long term. Protein will. And beans deliver. Here's why. When paired with rice or another grain, beans become a complete protein, giving you all the amino acids your body needs. They last 2 to 5 years when stored in a cool, dry place. And they're filling. 1 can of black beans packs 15 grams of protein plus enough fiber to keep you full for hours. During Milton, rice and beans literally kept my family going when the shelves were empty for a week straight. We ate them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we stayed energized. My kids weren't cranky, my wife wasn't exhausted, and I could think clearly enough to handle the chaos outside. Compare that to my neighbor, who stockpiled nothing but crackers and cereal. His family was miserable and weak by day 3. The variety is amazing too: black beans, chickpeas, lentils, kidney beans. Each one brings different flavors and nutrients. And the best part? A case of canned beans costs less than a single dinner out but can feed your family for weeks. So here's your action step: grab a pen, write down 3 types of beans you actually enjoy, and the next time you're at the store, buy a case of each. Don't wait. You'll thank me later. Number 6. Peanut butter. Now, this one surprised me more than anything else. Peanut butter saved my life during the crisis. I used to think peanut butter was just something you toss in a kid's lunchbox. But when the power went out for 8 straight days, and everything in the fridge spoiled, that jar of peanut butter became the most valuable thing in my house. Here's why. 588 calories per 100 grams. That's not just food, that's fuel. It delivers protein, healthy fats, and energy when you need it most. And it doesn't need refrigeration. While my neighbors were throwing away hundreds of dollars of spoiled food, I was eating spoonfuls of peanut butter straight from the jar. And you know what? I was grateful. It's versatile too: spread it on crackers, mix it with oats, or stir it with water for a quick protein shake. It sounds weird, but when you're starving, it works. And here's the part most people don't think about: comfort. When everything feels like chaos, opening a familiar jar that smells and tastes like home is grounding. When your kids are scared, handing them a spoonful of peanut butter can calm them down faster than anything else. With a shelf life of 2 to 3 years unopened and months even after opening, peanut butter is a survival powerhouse. So don't overlook it. Grab several jars and stash them now, before you need them. Number 5. Dried fruits and nuts. Most people think of dried fruit and nuts as snacks. But in a crisis, they're lifesavers. Why? Because fresh produce spoils fast, and in recent years, climate disasters and labor shortages have made fresh fruits and vegetables harder to find and more expensive. But dried fruits and nuts don't care about supply chain breakdowns. They sit in your pantry, ready to go, no refrigeration is needed. They also deliver a huge nutritional punch. Almonds give you protein and healthy fats. Walnuts deliver omega-3s your brain needs under stress. Dried apricots provide vitamin A and potassium. Raisins give quick energy when you're running on fumes. And let's be real, when you haven't had anything sweet in days, a piece of dried mango tastes better than ice cream. That little boost in morale can make a massive difference. Pro tip, buy a variety. Cranberries, cashews, pineapple, pecans, whatever you can find. When you're stressed and hungry, having options helps more than you think. Stored right, they'll last months or even years. And while everyone else is fighting over the last bag of fresh apples, you'll have a stash that's nutrient-dense, shelf-stable, and morale-boosting. Number 4, instant oats. This one really surprised me, instant oats. During those 8 powerless days, cold canned food got old fast. But oats? Oats became our comfort food. Here's why they're so powerful. They cook in 2 minutes with just hot water. They're filling, thanks to fiber. They're dirt cheap compared to survival meal kits. And they keep your blood sugar stable, giving you steady energy instead of crashes. They're also insanely versatile. Add honey for dessert, mix in fruit for vitamins, throw in nuts for protein, or combine with peanut butter to make oat cookies. One container of oats takes up almost no space but can feed a family for days. So while wheat shortages drive bread and pasta prices through the roof, oats remain affordable, available, and reliable. Number 3, canned fish, tuna, and salmon. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated survival foods, canned fish. When hurricanes destroyed shrimp farms and fisheries across the southeast, seafood supplies collapsed overnight. And suddenly, canned fish wasn't just convenient, it was gold. Here's why. It delivers high-quality protein and omega-3s for brain and heart health. It lasts 2 to 5 years on the shelf. And you can eat it straight from the can, no cooking, no fuel required. After 5 days of crackers and peanut butter, opening that first can of salmon was like tasting life again. My energy came back, my brain cleared, and I actually felt full. It's versatile too, mix it with rice, eat it on crackers, make a quick fish salad. Suddenly, you're not just surviving, you're eating real meals. And that's huge for morale and health. Number 2, coconut oil. This one might surprise you, coconut oil. While most people fought over olive oil or canola oil, I had coconut oil in my pantry, and it turned out to be a game changer. Here's why. It delivers 120 calories per tablespoon, pure, fast energy. It contains medium-chain triglycerides, which your body processes quickly, almost like flipping an internal generator on. It doesn't spoil easily and doesn't need refrigeration. During the outage, when my family was exhausted and cranky, I gave everyone a spoonful of coconut oil in the morning. Within an hour, it was like someone flipped a switch, energy, focus, clarity. But it's not just food. Coconut oil doubles as medicine. It helps heal cuts and prevent infection. It soothes skin issues caused by stress and poor hygiene. You can even use it for oral health when you can't get to a dentist. When you're in survival mode, foods that pull double duty are priceless. Coconut oil is one of them. Number 1, water purification tablets. Finally, the number 1 survival essential, and it's not even food. Water purification tablets. Because here's the truth, you can survive weeks without food, but only about 3 days without water. When Helen tore through the southeast, water treatment plants were destroyed. Entire communities had no access to safe drinking water. Within hours, bottled water was gone from store shelves, and people were driving hours just to find a case, paying 5 times the price when they did. But even if you find water during a crisis, you can't just drink it. Streams, ponds, even rainwater could carry bacteria or pollutants that will make you sick, or worse. That's why purification tablets are essential. Each tiny tablet makes a liter of water safe to drink. A single $10 bottle can give you weeks of clean water. During Milton, while my neighbors were getting sick from unsafe water, I was filling up containers at the creek, dropping in tablets, and keeping my family hydrated and safe. Clean water became more valuable than gold. People were offering me cash, food, even tools just for a few bottles. So if you buy nothing else from this list, buy at least 2 bottles of purification tablets. Keep one at home, one in your car. Because when the next crisis hits, and it will, you won't be begging for water. You'll be ready. Final thoughts. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but the data doesn't lie. Right now, 1.9 million people are facing catastrophic hunger. Humanitarian funding may be cut by 45% next year. Food prices are projected to rise another 5% in 2025, making it a 40% increase in just 5 years. And with supply chains fragile, the climate unstable, and the global economy shaky, every expert agrees, it's not a matter of if the next crisis comes. It's when. So here's what you need to do, don't wait. Don't overthink it. Start this week by buying just one item from this list. Pick one, stock up, and build from there. Because when everything falls apart, you don't want to be the person standing in empty grocery aisles. You want to be the person who's ready, who can take care of your family, and maybe even help your neighbors. Which of these 7 foods do you already have? Comment below and let me know. And if this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button, because in my next video, I'm sharing the 3 massive mistakes I made that almost cost my family everything. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.